Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you a classic work by American historian Jared Diamond, Guns, Germs, and Steel: The Fates of Human Societies. This book was published in 1997 and immediately caused a huge impact worldwide. It not only won the 1998 Pulitzer Prize, but was also strongly recommended by heavyweight readers like Bill Gates. Through a unique perspective, the author Diamond answers a question that people have been pondering: why is there such a huge geographic difference in human history and civilization development? The book first tells a famous historical story, the Battle of Cajamarca. In 1492, Columbus discovered the New World, and by the 1530s, Spanish conquistadors arrived in Peru and had a decisive confrontation with the Inca Empire. In November 1532, the Spaniard Pizarro, with only 168 infantry and 62 cavalry, defeated an Inca army of 70,000 at Cajamarca. Over the next few years, with only a small force, the Spanish dismantled the Inca Empire, which had a population of tens of millions. The Spanish had the winning formula with their steel swords, helmets, firearms, and horses, while the Incas only had rudimentary stone tools, wooden sticks, and padded armor, lacking the capacity to resist in terms of equipment. However, the disparity in firepower alone cannot explain the downfall of the Inca Empire. The crucial reason is that the Spanish also carried a terrible biological weapon: diseases. In the century following Columbus's landing, 95% of the indigenous people in the Americas died from diseases brought from Europe, such as smallpox, typhus, and influenza. These pathogens posed a catastrophic threat to the Native Americans, far exceeding the lethality of military conquest. Even some Native American tribes that learned to use guns could not escape the scourge of smallpox. Their population decreased significantly, and ultimately they succumbed to European colonizers. The result of this viral genocide is that there are far more black people than Native Americans in Latin America today. But why were Europeans immune to these diseases? The reason lies in the developed agricultural civilizations of Eurasia. Smallpox from cows and influenza from pigs were the results of long-term contact with livestock. Europeans had coexisted with animals for thousands of years and had gradually developed resistance. On the other hand, Native Americans had not raised these animals and were unable to save themselves once they encountered the pathogens. This leads to Diamond's core point: the root cause of the differences in world civilizations lies in the differences in agricultural development. The natural environment of the Eurasian continent was highly conducive to the birth of early agriculture. It had not only domesticable animals and plants but also a climate and terrain suitable for the spread of agriculture. This laid the foundation for civilization in Eurasia. Other continents such as the Americas and Oceania lacked these favorable geographical conditions. The inhabitants there either could not domesticate suitable crops and animals, or the environment hindered the spread of agriculture. This made it difficult for them to develop complex societies. Therefore, the military and disease advantages gained by Europeans were also derivatives of agricultural civilizations. Without the foundation of agricultural civilization, even if Native Americans were intelligent and courageous, they would find it challenging to contend with Europeans. This is the core logic of Diamond's version of world history: environment determines civilization. According to Diamond, whether an area can develop agriculture depends mainly on three environmental conditions. First, there must be domesticable animal and plant species. There are very few species in the world that are truly suitable for domestication, mainly concentrated in West Asia, the Mediterranean, China, and other regions. Second, these animals and plants must be easily able to meet human needs. The survival strategies of wild species often run counter to human requirements, with only a few exceptions that happen to meet our needs. Third, the environment must be conducive to the rapid spread of agriculture. Reliance solely on innovation within a region is insufficient. Agricultural diffusion also requires communication. It is precisely because the Eurasian continent happened to meet these three conditions that it became the cradle of this civilization. According to Diamond, the rise of agriculture gave birth to four major characteristics of human civilization. The first is the emergence of states. Agriculture led to a dramatic increase in population and aggregation, requiring the power of the state to coordinate interests and provide protection. The second is the use of writing. With increased population mobility, a tool for communication across time and space became necessary, and writing emerged. The third is disease immunity. The coexistence of humans and animals brought repeated invasions of pathogens, which humans gradually adapted to. The fourth is technological innovation. The pressure caused by agriculture required continuous technological progress to alleviate, thus fostering human creativity. These four characteristics gave the Eurasian civilization a decisive advantage, becoming the driving force behind its conquest of the world. The differences in civilizations do not stem from racial differences but rather from the interaction between humans and the environment. The superior environment of the Eurasian continent fostered agriculture, and agriculture shaped the form of civilization in this region. This interaction has led to the imbalanced development of world history. Eurasian civilizations with geographical advantages gained a head start and gradually took the lead over other regions in the world. Humans are not the masters of history but products of the environment. This applies equally to every race and region in the world. Environment determines history. This is the central idea that Jared Diamond wants to convey to us through Guns, Germs, and Steel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And remember to subscribe to stay updated with future videos.